Attendance by Meghan and Prince Harry during King Charles III's coronation is not a guarantee, and we all do remember that back in the spring of 2020, Meghan and Prince Harry decided to step down from the firm as working members of the royal family. It's important to remember that Meghan and Prince Harry cannot be taken for granted for attending King Charles III's coronation. According to a royal expert Jonathan, he pointed out that Queen Elizabeth II's death and the approaching coronation are two different occasions, with the former being a broadcast national event, while the latter is a formal royal and state ceremony. The analyst stated to express.co.uk, "I don't believe it's a given that Meghan and Harry will attend. Keep in mind that they were consistently present during the Queen's dying and grief because they had decided to travel to London and Manchester for the marketing of their own events. And in some ways, their ability to arrive right away was pure luck. If they weren't in the UK, I imagine they could have traveled over for the time of sorrow. Even so, it's unlikely that they would have both flown over, as that hasn't always been the case when they visited the UK. Prince Harry travelled across the Atlantic alone in April of last year to attend Prince Philip's funeral, which was held at St. George's Chapel. Prince Harry, like his wife, is no longer a full-time working member of the firm and moved to California in the late March 2020. But Meghan was already significantly pregnant with Lilibet Diana, who will be born in less than 2 months later. Similar to how Meghan did not accompany her husband to the UK in the late June of last year when he visited the World Child Awards in London, held by his beloved patronage World Child, and unveiled the Princess Diana statue at Kensington Palace on the anniversary of her death. The Duchess of Sussex was on maternity leave and had just delivered Lily 3 weeks earlier. The Duke and Duchess did not show up for the Duke of Edinburgh's memorial service at Westminster Abbey earlier this year. Although no official explanation for their absence was given, it is assumed that it was related to the Dukes of Sussex's ongoing legal dispute with the Home Office regarding the protection of his family while they are in the UK. The burial and the coronation, according to Mr. Sarkozy, are two quite different occasions, as I said earlier. He stated, "A burial is not the same as a coronation, although it was done quite publicly. I believe attending your grandmother's funeral is a family tradition, considering that they left because they were the things they claimed to want to escape, the ceremonies and challenges of existing as a visible public royal. It depends if they wish to participate in your father's coronation." He said the Duke may well attend the coronation, though to plainly demonstrate his commitment to the new sovereign as a British citizen, veteran and a member of the royal family. Says Mr. Sarkozy, but since it's his father and the king, he probably wants to demonstrate his support for the monarch and might even show up. And being associated with the royal family when they can doesn't harm their bankability at all. But not to forget, the date of the new king's coronation has not yet been announced by Buckingham Palace. Charles' coronation is anticipated for next spring or early summer, although the Queen's took place 16 months after assuming the throne. The king reportedly wants a less expensive and briefer coronation than his mother's. However, no formal information on the event has yet been released. The Daily Mirror was also informed by a source that the king is very aware of the struggles felt by modern Britons, so will see his wishes carried through that although his coronation ceremony should stay right and true to the long-held traditions of the past, it should also be representative of a monarchy in a modern world. The overall cost of the Queen's coronation, which took place on June the 2nd of 1953, was €1.57 million, or about €46 million today.